It's time now for the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jack Mormon. I'm joined by Coach Matt Mumme of LaGrange College Panthers, and it is the Air Raid Football Show. We're live here from Mare Sol. A great crowd out here tonight enjoying the food. I've got a plate here if you're watching online or see the podcast later. I've got me a mushroom Swiss burger that I'll be eating during the break. So if we come back and my mouth's full, Matt, you got to take it from there, okay?
I'll have to take over. I don't know about that.
Now, did you were eating before I came in? What did you have tonight?
I had the flatbread, and we tried some of the fried pickled spears, and I'll tell you what, that's my first time having them, and they were great, and all the food here is always great. You know, Chase and them do an excellent job, so it's always an enjoyment to come down here to Mare Sols.
It's a great place to come in for lunch or for the evening. We do appreciate them hosting us here for the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. We'll be here all season long on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. And, Coach, we had some fun over the weekend. We're going to get into it pretty deep, but the President Provost game, and you're sending out a retiring Provost David Garrison out with a big win.
Yeah, you know, it's a neat thing we started last year. Really, 2 years ago was our first year doing it. We did it in the spring, and then this past year we started doing it in the fall. And what it is all the incoming freshmen get an opportunity to play. We divide them up evenly between teams. And the president has a team, and the provost has a team, and we come up with game scripts for each, the provost and for Dr. McAlexander, and I deliver those 3 or 4 days before the game goes off, and they have an opportunity to come down on the field and get the feel of what it's like to be a college football coach. And I, to be honest, I just go stand behind the whole thing, and I just watch. You know, I get a chance to be a spectator and watch our young guys perform.
Well, I know they had a lot of fun. We're going to break that down, tell you more about that. Let's go ahead and take our first break. When we come back, we'll talk about the President's versus Provost game. We'll preview also what's going to be happening with Birmingham Southern, talk about some special players that we want to mention, and lots more fun here from Mare Sol and the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show right here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. Jack Mormon, Coach Matt Mumme, and we're talking about LaGrange College Panther football, and we had a lot of fun over the weekend. This past Saturday was Spirit Traditions over there in the big between the two Candler dorms on the big field. What do they call the big field?
The quad.
The quad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
That was for me. That was between Smith Hall and Banks.
Right. A little bit changed over the years, didn't it?
Well, the campus has almost doubled since I was there, especially with the science building going on. That's a beautiful.
Yeah, that's a magnificent production they've got going on over there. It's going to really look nice when they get it done.
Well, I think it's really going to draw a lot of students too for the science program. It's always had a great science program, but I think it's going to just double in size. But they had the big Presidents versus Provost game. We talked about it. A lot of fun. The young players getting to get out there. But something I think a lot of people don't realize: this is a highly competitive game between the Provost and the President. They take it pretty seriously, and I think that
this is
Jennifer Claybrook may not have a job.
This is a big deal. I mean, we laughed after the game. They weren't. The president wasn't going to be happy, and I don't blame him. Everybody on our campus is very competitive, and the president's done an amazing job. Taking our school to new heights, and really being completely supportive of all the athletic programs and trying to put us in position to be highly successful. And so, it's been fun, and it's been fun for me over the last 3 or 4 years to actually grow some classes up, and we've got a big senior class this year and a junior class that's coming along, and so to watch these freshmen get to compete like that, to me it's just a scrimmage, but to them it's a trophy. We've created a trophy for them, and so the provost's office is right across from the president's office, and obviously whoever wins that game is going to have bragging rights for a little while.
Well, you mentioned they're on the same Banks Hall, so you're really the ruler of Banks Hall for the next year. And you don't really want the provost having to rule the president.
Well, without a doubt. Well, of course, it'd be interesting to see which direction Dr. McAlexander goes. We'll all be sad to see Dr. Garrison leave us in January, and he's done a terrific job at our school. And my wife and I have loved having the opportunity to get to know Dr. Garrison and his wife Donna, and so they'll be definitely missed.
Puts his dog, because he loves his dog. He puts it up on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, right.
But it did have a lot of fun. Now, you had some guys that really kind of, I think, tried to make a name for themselves, because that's one, I know just from high school experience, any chance you get to get on the field, you want to do something to impress the coaches. You had a few guys really kind of step up and make some plays.
Yeah, we did. On the president's side, the score was a little less than what they had wanted, but there were some guys that did make some plays. Levi Dunn is a slot receiver for us who's out of Columbus High School, north side down there. His dad is Joe Lee Dunn, the famous defensive coordinator for Jackie Sherrill in Mississippi State, and he went on to be my dad's defensive coordinator for a while. So I love having the opportunity to coach him. And he scored their only touchdown. It was a beautiful pass from Robert Allen. It got over the safety, and Levi caught it and took it on. It was probably a 60 or 70-yarder. But they didn't have a lot of scores on that side. And then on the other side, Brendan Thomas, a freshman tight end, has really blossomed in that game and really showed our coaching staff that in the next year, when Patrick Gooden's gone, he'll probably step right in. So, really excited. I mean, there's a lot of good things that happen both on the defensive side and on the offensive side. So we're really excited about those guys growing up.
Because there were guys throwing the ball around, because that's very important with the air raid football attack. You've got a nice crop of young quarterbacks coming through.
Yeah, and it's competitive. Connor Blair's done a terrific job going from last year to this year, and had a great offseason, and has had a really good camp. I'm really excited to watch this young man play on Saturday, and obviously Coach Huggins and I, my offensive coordinator, are very pleased in the direction he's gone. He's taken over a good leadership role, and he understands the offense and is able to distribute the ball where it needs to be.
Well, he had a great season last year, but he was also injured part of the season last year, too.
Yeah, he was. In the middle of the season, he was banged up a little bit. And, you don't talk a lot about that kind of stuff, because especially at the quarterback spot, you want to try and keep it secret when he is playing. But, he's a lot bigger this year. He's probably gained 5, 6, 7 pounds and is a lot stronger, so it'll be interesting.
Looking forward to it. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, lots more to talk about as we preview our upcoming game to this upcoming weekend, and we'll hope you'll come out and join us at Marisol as well. You're listening to the Coach Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show on Eagle Sports.
When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff. And then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff. And you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com.
Mention LaGrange College and the word one pops up a lot. Like the student-faculty ratio is 11-to-1. That means plenty of one-on-one time with professors. Our students work for number one companies, earn Emmy and Grammy nominations, and they give back to their communities, which is wonderful. We are LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. One visit and you'll see why. LaGrange.edu/journey.
Calling all area coaches. Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud of today's game.
Have you eaten at Summit Grill? Well, then tomorrow is your day to enjoy some biscuits in the morning. And for lunch, grab the blue plate with 3 sides and a drink. What? You want hand-breaded fresh chicken? Summit Grill has it. Let's say you want to feed the whole crew. Large orders are no problem. Chicken with bone-in or chicken tenders, Summit Grill's got you covered. 2 locations on West Point Road next to Pegasus Parkway in LaGrange, or on State Road in West Point, Georgia next to Frisky Whiskey. Come eat with us at Summit Grill.
Now back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. Jack Mormon, Coach Matt Mumme here from Mayor Soul. Coach, last a little bit about the President Provost game. I noticed that it kind of evened things out. It's 2-2 in the 4 times that they played each other. So Coach Garrison, I guess he is Coach Garrison in this situation, gets to leave on a high and bringing his team back to even the series with the President.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be hard to see him go, but this was a big game for him. And I tell you what, like I said, they got to call the plays. They got to tell our coaches what they want. And Dr. Garrison was a lot like myself. He was going to pull the trigger every time. I don't know that they ran the ball, a whole lot. And Dr. Garrison wanted to make sure that ball was in the air and heading towards the end zone.
Well, I think you had Alex Scott, Tyler Rowland that were throwing the ball. And I tell you what, they did a great job.
Yeah, they did. And, and Tyler's a sophomore, and Jonathan Slade on the President's team is a sophomore. And so those guys are coming along. And then we're really excited about Alex Scott and Robert Allen, the 2 freshmen. The one thing they give us that the other guys don't is escapability. They're able to get away from people, and they can run around and make it a nightmare for defensive coordinators, by just extending plays.
Well, the other thing that was kind of neat that you and I were talking about before the broadcast is that you got to actually sit out there at halftime and watch the band. When's the last time you got to do that during the ball game?
Yeah, the last time I watched a halftime was probably right after I finished playing college ball at the University of Kentucky, and that was probably in 2001. So haven't seen a lot of halftimes, but it was really great. Josh Roberts has done a tremendous job with our band, and I know me and you before the show were talking about the numbers growing, and they really look sharp. And I was just mentioning at halftime to our president, Dr. McAlexander, how exciting it is to have the band element because it really brings in that football day game atmosphere that every coach likes to see. A lot of the students were there Saturday night, and the band was, beating on drums. Of course, we had to ask them to be quiet a couple of times because I think somebody blew a whistle when a play was still going. And so kind of some of the defensive guys stopped, and it ended up being a big play. But, it is really neat.
Well, it is. It really does add to the entire atmosphere. You'll think going back. We mentioned the leadership that Dr. McAlexander has given us. Going back to Stuart Gully, who had the vision to bring football to LaGrange College. He's up at Woodward Academy. I think he was just voted one of the top CEOs in the state of Georgia, directing things up there at Woodward. And of course, Dr. McAlexander coming in at LaGrange College, and just the expansion that's taking place under his reign as president, with the new science building coming up. And of course, the sport, all the sports really expanding. It's been really exciting. Chip and the swim team, they're doing a great job. Lee does a tremendous job with the golf team. I mean, nationally ranked.
Without a doubt, golf team's great. David Kelton did a great job this last year with the baseball team. I mean, those guys won 30 games and didn't even get in the tournament, which was kind of sad to see. But, it's like I've talked with other coaches here, and being the chairman of the USA South for football, I've talked to our conference commissioner about it. How do we get USA South sports on the map more? And what it comes down to is just winning.
Yeah.
And the big thing is you got to win out of conference. And so, a lot of the talk this week has been, guys, this BSC game for us Saturday night, this is huge. And 2 years ago we were able to go over there and beat them, and then last year we let it slip away from us. But, this is a big deal to get the season off on the right foot.
We'll talk about that game that's coming up. When we come back, let's take another break. You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show on Eagle Sports.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself. But I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also get you in and out in no time. LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. Open 8:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Just look for the giant gorilla at the LaGrange Car Wash.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
Great dining starts at Mare Sol on Main Street in LaGrange. Open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner. Locally owned and operated by Charles and Chase Hudson, who have created a fun atmosphere with delicious food for you and your family. So no matter if you're out with friends and want to visit at the bar or sit down for a family meal, Mare Sol is here for you. Mare Sol, Main Street, LaGrange, on Facebook and on the web at maresolrestaurant.com. When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff, and then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff, and you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com.
You're listening to the Matt Mumme Mormon and LaGrange College head coach, Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show live here from Mare Sol. We're having a great time tonight. I'm enjoying my mushroom Swiss burger a little bit at a time. I got to nurse this for an hour, so I need a heated plate to keep it on. That'd be even more awesome. Coach, you're doing something a little different this year. We've done the Players of the Week in the past, but you're doing something different with captains this year. Tell us a little about the Captain's Coin.
Yeah, so my idea was, when I looked back at the last 3 years and how we elected captains, is we let all the returning players come in and they vote on a piece of paper and they write down the 2 names of who they think should be captain. The more and more I thought about it, what that happens to end up being is it's not your leaders on your team, but it's the popularity vote. Yep. It's who all the guys tend to like the most. And so what I did this year was take that away, and so I went to more of a military style of electing captains. And what they do in the military is obviously they have to be elected to be a leader, and then they're given a coin when they become that leader. And so what I did was I ordered some coins from this company that makes the military coins, and they did a terrific job making it for us. It's got our helmet with the chrome Red Panther on it. It says LaGrange College Football Captain's Coin. And so as coaches, we get up Monday morning, and every week we'll decide who those captains are going to be. And then tonight, after practice, at around 9:30, I will pull those guys up, and I'll give them their coin, and they will be the captains for this Saturday. Wow. And so, being that they're about to be in practice 10 minutes, from now, they're not gonna know who they are. So I'll go ahead and announce these guys as our 3 great sponsors for our Players of the Week are Hutchinson Trailer, Kemp's Carpet, and BSN Sports. And so the captains for this first game, for BSC game, is going to be Brandon Penn, our senior safety, Demetrius Rogers, our junior defensive tackle, Phil Manning, our left guard, Irvin's OG, our senior wideout, and Rashawn Bagsby will be our special teams player of the week.
Wow, and what an amazing piece of memorabilia they'll have to take with them with that coin. And it's a really special thing.
Yeah, I thought it would be really neat. It'd be something that, they'll put on their desk when, in 10 years you go in and see them. They're all famous working at some corporation or doing whatever they're going to be doing in the real world, and they'll probably have it on their desk.
Yeah, those are some names we definitely heard last year. Think about OG, what a tremendous job he did in the receiving corps. Brandon Penn, who is one of the hardest hitting guys I've ever seen from the defensive side. Those are 4 excellent choices.
Yeah, we're definitely excited and obviously all ready to kick off this Saturday. So I'm glad it's finally here. I told the guys the other night, I said, this is the first time in 4 years of me being the coach here that I actually think we were ready a week early. I think if we had played Saturday night, our guys would have been ready. I know they were fired up. They were extremely energetic on the field for the young guys who got to play Saturday night. So, we're feeling good.
Well, we're going to talk specifics in a moment, but as you get ready to travel to Birmingham Southern, it's not that far down the road. We'd love to have a lot of our folks that travel with us. I think we've had some good crowds when we've gone down to Birmingham Southern. But how many guys do you take with you? How do you plan all that to get them all down there?
Typically for travel for us, it's going to be right around 65 players. But because it's a day game and we'll travel on the day of, We might carry like 68, so we might look to try and carry a couple extra guys. But, the NFL's like 53. So it's slim. You got to have your guys that are obviously your starters on both sides of the ball, and then you get some guys that are special teams guys and stuff like that. So, you got to pick, and hopefully you get the right guys on the bus.
In our high school broadcast, we were talking about what is that sweet spot of what you want to have on the sideline. Of course, when you've got a program that you're growing, you want a big number of kids, especially your young kids coming in, learning your program and that sort of thing. But I guess we kind of came down to somewhere between 60, 75, probably is a sweet spot to have for a team like that.
Yeah, and I think, my goal when we got to 60 to 65, on the team coming back every year, that's a great retention rate from what it used to be. Now I'd love to see it, can we get to that point where we got 75 to 85 guys coming back, into the fall. So, hopefully we're migrating that way. Our GPAs are way up, and our retention's definitely up. So we're getting closer.
That's excellent. We're going to talk specifically about Birmingham Southern when we come back. Let's go ahead and take one more break. You're listening to the Coach Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show right here on Eagle Sports.
Students at LaGrange College travel to places like London, Tokyo, and the jungles of Costa Rica through our Study Away commitment. First-year freshmen are provided a voucher worth up to $2,500 for an off-campus travel experience their junior or senior year. Attend college close to home and still see the world at LaGrange College. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Calling all area coaches. Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud sponsor of today's game.
Have you eaten at Summit Grill? Well, then tomorrow is your day to enjoy some biscuits in the morning. And for lunch, grab the blue plate with 3 sides and a drink. What? You want hand-breaded fresh chicken? Summit Grill has it. Let's say you want to feed the whole crew. Large orders are no problem. Chicken with bone-in or chicken tenders, Summit Grill's got you covered. 2 locations on West Point Road next to Pegasus Parkway in LaGrange, or on State Road in West Point, Georgia, next to Frisky Whiskey. Come eat with us at Summit Grill.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself, but I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also get you in and out in no time. LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. Open 8:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Just look for the giant gorilla at the LaGrange Car Wash.
Now back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
The crowd is coming in to Marisol. It looks like the Hollis hand table over there, just about. So we've got a lot of some of our parents over there having a great time tonight. We invite you to come out to Marisol and join us. They had some great specials and a really good mushroom Swiss burger I'm enjoying here between the breaks. But, Coach, we'll be traveling to Birmingham Southern. The 9th straight year we've opened the season with Birmingham Southern. That's becoming a nice little rivalry.
Yeah, it really is. And, Coach Garfinkel over there at BSC, he's done a tremendous job. I think me and you were talking before the show. He's been there for 9 years. Mm-hmm. And he's had some really successful years, where he's been ranked in the top 25 and made some playoff appearances. They're a well-coached football team. They'll be tough. Like I said earlier in the show, 2 years ago we won over there, and then last year we let it slip away here at home. So, we got to go over and take care of business. But I'm excited that we're an older team. Last year we were a younger team, and hopefully we won't make the mistakes that we did last year. Yeah,
he's got about 6 starters returning to get things going, including his quarterback, Austin Martin. He's the 2 very different styles between your 2 teams. The air raid offense, of course, y'all are going to be throwing the ball probably 60, 65 times down the field. On the other verse side, they're going to run the ball pretty much the whole ball game. Yeah,
he's going to try and run the ball 60 times, and Austin does a good job for them at quarterback. He played against us last year, and for those that didn't see it, led a heck of a comeback. We were up 21-3 at half, and then they've got a running back that's a junior, Jamal Watkins, who's really done a tremendous job for them. And so, it'll be Coach Chambers' job and our defensive job to really corral those guys and make sure we don't give up too many big plays.
Well, it's a lot of fun when you get familiar with the team. You actually see some of the guys that you remember from playing them in the previous year, and you begin to understand and notice some of the tendencies. I'm sure that your guys are already talking about, hey, I remember the last time I've gone up against this guy 2 years in a row. I kind of know what to expect from him.
Yeah, and sometimes, a lot of times we've recruited against them. These are guys, Jonathan Scaringe is a little, slot receiver for BSC that we recruited real hard and we didn't get because we had, at the time, we had OG and Marcellus Jackson and Josh Hardrick and all those guys who were already coming up through the pipe. And he said, well, heck, I'm going to have to sit on the bench 2 years before I get to, see any playing time. And Scaringe has done a great job for him. So, definitely the names are usually familiar.
You mentioned that receiving core. That's really, 4 guys that have really done a tremendous job. Adding Patrick Good into that mix as well. It's nice to have some guys with good hands that you can make sure to move the ball around too.
Yeah, we're definitely a talented group in the skill, our offensive skill kids, and it'll really be exciting to watch all these guys in their senior year. And Connor's going to have a hard job. He's got to distribute the ball around to all these guys, and they're all dangerous.
Yep.
They're all going to be fun to watch, and so we'll just have to see what happens.
The big play offense, the air raid offense. Let's take one more break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up live here from Marisol. You're listening to the Coach Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show on Eagle Sports.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
Great dining starts at Marisol on Main Street in LaGrange. Open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner. Locally owned and operated by Charles and Chase Hudson, who have created a fun atmosphere with delicious food for you and your family. So no matter if you're out with friends and want to visit at the bar or sit down for a family meal, Marisol is here for you. Marisol, Main Street, LaGrange, on Facebook and on the web at marisolrestaurant.com. When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff. And then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff. And you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com.
Be a star athlete and a math superstar. Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back. Thank you again for joining us tonight for the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. We'll be traveling, as we mentioned, to Birmingham Southern to take on what is their mascot down there?
They're the Panthers.
The Panthers. All right.
Yeah,
so that's what I thought. Double
Panthers
Panthers
versus the Panthers.
It's a great atmosphere. It's a really nice stadium, kind of a bowl. The stands are right there. You've got just a little one on the far side, but really, really nice collegiate. They've got a great tailgate area. They surround the field with their tents and having a good time watching the game. And we really hope that we go down there and start off the season well with a win.
Yeah, it is a great place, and obviously, I talked to my guys. It's the first road trip of the year, and obviously, extremely important for us to get off on the right foot. And like I said, I'm really blessed. Our young men are ready. They've been fired up for the last week, and I mentioned we got practice tonight, so I'll be leaving here to run to the practice field. But I trust them, and really, just letting them go. Letting them go have fun and play.
Well, I know that they're tired of hitting each other. This is the point in the season where you're just tired of hitting the guys that are on your team. You're ready to find somebody else to light up.
No doubt, and I'm excited that they're going to get to hit somebody else because I'm tired of them hitting our guys on offense. Because, like you said, Brandon Penn and Jordan Daniels and Demetrius Rogers and the big nose guard Ed Wright we got. I mean, these guys will put you on your back. So I'm definitely ready to see them go after somebody else.
Well, and also, in a practice situation, you are really hesitant to rein them in too much because you want them to have that same instinct in a game, and you want to foster that in your practice time.
Yeah, it's really hard on defense because at the college game, and it's like this for Nick Saban, it's like this for Kirby Smart at Georgia. I mean, your guys can play the game, your guys can hit, and your guys can block, and it's just one of those deals where you decide in camp, okay, well, how many times are we actually going to really hit each other,
right?
And then the other part, it's really more of the mental reps and just trying to put yourself in the right position. And most of the time, like for us in camp, we just go thud. We've only in 2.5 weeks, we only went live probably 3 times. Mm-hmm. So one of those, of course, being in the scrimmage against my dad, and then two other opportunities against each other. So, our defensive guys will be cranked up. And that last year they started a little thing. They called themselves the Freak Show, and I like it. They get really fired up with it, and they get after it. And so it kind of gives them an identity on defense like we have the air raid on offense.
That's a really great point, Coach, that it is very different at the collegiate level. These are guys that are skilled. You've recruited them out of high school. They were stars where they came from, and now they're able to bring that ability to you. It's just getting the mental game ready is where you really have to focus.
Yeah, no, I mean, you think about high school. I told the recruits this year, when you go from high school to the college game, only 6.5% of high school players get to go on to play the college football game. So that's not really a big statistic there. It's not like it's 50% or 60%. I mean, it's 6.5%. So a lot of these young men that come and play college game leave a lot of buddies back home that don't get to do that.
Yeah, I mean, a few of them are going to walk away with the coaches coin, or the captain's coin. I'm really excited. You need to bring one of those for me to look at next week.
I'll bring one next week so we can see it.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you joining us. We're live here from Marisol. This has been the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. We'll be back here at 7 o'clock next week, and we'll hopefully be talking about a big win against Birmingham Southern. Good luck,
Jack.
Coach. All right. Thank you all again for joining us. We'll be stay with us. We'll be bringing in Coach Diallo Burks with the LaGrange High School Grangers. We'll be talking about them with the Gridiron Granger Show right after this. But right now you're listening to Eagle Sports.